Hello, and welcome to the 2021 virtual graduation ceremony of Superior Heights. My name is Alex Ivora, and I am a teacher here, and it is my absolute privilege to be your Master of Ceremonies. Please stand for the playing of our national anthem. Thank you. Truth be told, in all my years of teaching, I have never emceed a graduation. I've honestly never considered it. But when I started looking at the names of the students that I was preparing to say goodbye to, I realized that I had to do it. This particular group of grads has left quite an impression, not just on myself, but on the rest of the faculty and staff here at Superior Heights. This graduating class, these O3s as they call themselves, are going to change the world. The potential in this graduating class is dizzying. Born in 2003, they made their first appearance the same year that Apple gave us iTunes, that America gave us freedom fries, and that half of North America went dark in one of the largest power outages in history. Looking back, I'm certain it was a sign of the power and perseverance propelling this class into greatness. They also arrived in this world around the same time as the SARS epidemic, which might help to explain the resilience that they have shown over the past 15 months, having their lives completely interrupted. Mes amis, I have read a lot over the past year about what possible long-term impacts COVID will have on you. I've been grazing over considerations of lost class time, missed learning, the impacts of social isolation. What I have yet to read, but what I believe with every fiber of my being, are the potential long-term benefits of this interruption. You've been tested. You've been challenged. You've been robbed. You've been forced to adapt, pivot, as some say. But that also means that you've become more patient, more flexible, more capable, and more impressive. Not to mention, you are all ready to get as far away from your parents as possible. Graduation has traditionally been about celebrating everything you've accomplished to get here today. All of the homework, all of the community hours, all of the stress, and all of the effort. Graduation on its own is a massive accomplishment, worthy of the biggest of celebrations. But you've actually done a lot more. You've accomplished all of this under the toughest and most challenging of circumstances. You've achieved and overcome everything every Steelhawk before you has, but you did so during the largest global pandemic in over 100 years. You are all lucky enough to be starting the next chapter of your lives just as the world begins to recover. Use this undeniable momentum to your advantage. You know now, better than any graduating class before you, that nothing is guaranteed, that every day counts, that change is hard, but absolutely necessary. And now you know you can handle it. The potential of this graduating class was undeniable and obvious to me from the first year that I taught you. I can't even begin to imagine what you will accomplish. I often joke when I'm teaching that I have to assume that I could be teaching the next Prime Minister of Canada, that I could have the next Prime Minister sitting in one of my desks. But with this class, I think it might actually be true. Mes amis, je ne sais pas ce que je vais faire après votre départ. Je suis si triste que c'est difficile de lire mes notes et mes mots. Je suis tellement fière de vous et je suis tellement hâte de voir ce que vous allez accomplir. For those of you who don't speak French, I just reminded them how expensive post-secondary education is and to not mess around. And now, if you could join me in welcoming some congratulations from our community.
Hello to all of the Superior Heights graduates of 2021. Mayor Provenzano here. I wanted to take some time today to congratulate you on your very significant accomplishment. Finishing high school is one of the milestones of life. So be proud of yourselves, be proud of your hard work, and be proud of what you have done over your high school term. And you will build on it now as you move on to the next stage of your life, whatever that happens to be. So be proud of yourself, but also reflect on all the people in your life that helped you get here. And say thank you. Your family, your friends, your teachers, all of the support staff at your high school. Whenever we accomplish great things, whenever we do great things, we always do them together. So your success today is our community success. And I want to leave you with a very important message. You are important. You are important to our community, and you are important to its future. I hope everybody has a fantastic summer, and I wish everybody well on the next chapter of your lives.
Thank you very much. Next, I would like to ask our principal, Miss Jan Morelli, to give us some of her remarks.
Class of 2021, Steelhawks, today is a special day for each and every one of you. A day where you should take great pride in the accomplishment of your high school journey. You are not only graduating, you have accomplished achieving your high school diploma in an unprecedented year. Some of you accomplished this without even stepping in the building this year. You dealt with 14-day quarantines, remote learning, replacing our awesome cafeteria food with Uber Eats, no extracurricular activities, and the disappointment of no traditional prom or graduation. Yet here we are. Hope of returning to a normal life is on the horizon, although it will be a new normal and one that you will be prepared for. You have persevered, dealt with setbacks, constant pivoting, and adapting to a new mode of learning. These are all traits that will benefit you in your chosen career path. When you reflect on your 4-year journey at Superior Heights, I'm sure it is filled with memories, struggles, triumphs, and failures for each one of you. Savor your memories and learn from your mistakes, but today, celebrate as you sit virtually surrounded by family, friends, and teachers, all who take great pride in sharing your accomplishment. I know today is not the graduation or celebration you envisioned, and the entire staff of Superior Heights joins in your disappointment. However, as we have seen in the past year, Plan A does not always work out, and your success and happiness depends on how you handle Plan B. Graduation marks the end of one chapter in your life and the beginning of another. You will find that there's no straight path to where you are going, so don't try to draw that line. If you do, you will not only get it wrong, you will miss opportunities along the way. Don't try to follow someone else's script or make choices that will make other people happy. To quote the late Steve Jobs, your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's idea of what your life should be. Write your own story, be a doer and not a dreamer, follow your passion, and stay true to yourself. We will miss all of you at Superior Heights as you commence the next stage of your life. Some of you are going far away, others are staying close to home. Regardless, stay connected with each other. You will find that your high school friends will be your friends for life. You have left your mark here at Superior Heights, and it is now time to go and take on the world. Do amazing things and always come back and visit. Congratulations, class of 2021.
Thank you very much, Ms. Morelli. And now I would like to call upon Mr. Accetti to introduce your valedictorian.
Hello, Steelhawks. Thank you for celebrating with us today. Congratulations to our amazing graduates. You've worked hard and put in long hours to get here. It's a huge accomplishment and you should all be proud. I'm Mr. Accetti and I teach music here at Superior Heights. It's my great privilege to make a very special introduction today, our 2021 valedictorian. She was voted by her class to speak for them and praised by her teachers as an exceptional young woman. This is a student who has done it all: first-rate academics, incredible extracurriculars, and a maturity and strength of character beyond her years. There aren't enough glowing and positive adjectives in the English dictionary to describe what makes her unique. So it's a good thing she's graduating with a bilingual certificate so she can help us out with some French words of praise. Magnifique and incroyable are the ones that come to mind. She is confident, caring, centered, and grounded in a way many adults aspire to be. A true leader, she is someone who is both well-spoken and outspoken, advocating for every Steelhawk, making all who surround her feel welcome and valued. Every conversation with her, as a very articulate colleague put it, was a wonder, a treat, a chance to hear yet another brilliant, funny, kind, thoughtful, and considerate thing coming from this sparkling soul. Always ready to learn something new, she is conscientiously dedicated, diligent, and driven, full of passion and focus, creative, artistic, musical, talented, and happy to share those gifts with others. She shared those gifts through Speakers Bureau, leading the Clothing Closet Project, organizing Student Senate, making student ideas heard at the board level, crusading for student council events both pre-pandemic and during, attending NASA for Shot Put, supporting her peers as she started many musical theater productions, using a government grant to make and distribute her own kid-friendly masks, and mentoring others as a link crew leader extraordinaire. Our valedictorian was so active in the Steelhawk community, an amazed colleague quipped, "We'll need 5 students to replace her in the fall." But there's more. Someone amazing enough to represent a graduating class as diverse and inspiring as our current cohort isn't just lucky or talented or gifted. Our valedictorian was voted for the position by her peers because her actions align with the values we care about, the values we want to see in ourselves: overcoming adversity, choosing humility over arrogance, and facing then conquering fears. A quick side note that will become relevant. Singing and dancing and acting on a stage might be the hardest thing a person can do in life. Most people rank fear of public speaking as the #1 phobia they have, more so than sharks and death and math exams. Being in a play is a heightened version of public speaking. Higher stakes, brighter lights, pressure from all sides, months of rehearsal burned through in minutes on stage in front of a paying audience. You must present as calm and graceful, effortless even, while inside of you, your brain spins like a hamster on a wheel, powered by the Energizer Bunny hopped up on sugar pills. It can be overwhelming. Our valedictorian performed in school musicals like Beauty and the Beast, Mamma Mia, and Willy Wonka, and she embodied the grace under pressure that makes performing so difficult. I had the privilege of watching her develop in these roles as a student of the arts, and she did an incredible thing. Whenever she faced a problem or was overcome with fear or felt not up to the job, she just worked harder and kept going. She acknowledged what was troubling her, she faced it head on, and she didn't let it define her. She found success not because she was lucky or talented or gifted. She was, and she is, but because the task at hand was challenging for her, and she did it anyway. She persevered. Pretending to be a teapot on stage, or an ABBA-obsessed innkeeper, or an under-parenting Bavarian foodie will probably go down in her books as the hardest thing she'll ever do. She did it all so well and acted with humility, never forgetting what she had to do to get where she was. She acted with compassion and empathy, always including and thinking of those around her. With true grit, she acted with determination to make her dreams a reality. Whether we're preparing for a post-pandemic world or making plans for post-secondary life, these are the values we want to embody. humility in the face of chaos, compassion in the midst of disaster, and determination against an ever-changing world. Let's take the time then to acknowledge these values in ourselves and one another. Let's honor the graduates who've conquered their own fears and self-doubts to earn today's diploma. Recognize the families and friends who supported these grads with compassion and empathy. Celebrate the valedictorian who showed us through words and deeds what values we admire most in a Steelhawk. Let's welcome our valedictorian for the graduating class of 2021, Audrey Vare.
Hello, fellow graduates. I am honored to be your Superior Heights valedictorian for the class of 2021, and I am so thankful to have been given a platform to share with you my hopes for our future lives, lived fully and without regret. Here we stand, or should I say, here we sit on our couches at home, as the class of 2021, the class whose final year of high school was spent social distancing, wearing masks, and eating lunch in our homerooms or our cars when we were allowed in the school. I, like you, am disappointed at how our final year played out, and I'm not going to spend my time here saying how resilient we are and commend you for getting through the pandemic, because we've all heard this before. But hey, congratulations, grads of 2020, for completing our senior year. Since it was a year with no sports, musicals, or social events, I commend you on the small victories, like remembering what day of the week it was. I'll admit that during this pandemic, I watched a lot of Netflix and Disney+, and so I'd like to share with you a quote from one of my favorite quarantine watches, the musical Hamilton. Alexander Hamilton said, "I am not throwing away my shot." But maybe you're not a musical fan, so instead look to hockey's great Wayne Gretzky, who said, "You miss 100% of the shots you don't take." Whether you look to Wayne Gretzky or Hamilton, class of 2021, it is time for us to take our shot. We're almost through this pandemic, and we'll come out the other side of it ready to dominate and use all the passion and energy that was stored away while we were stuck in our houses. We will not throw away our shot, and we will not be silent when the world goes sideways. Let's speak up for a world that is inclusive and diverse. We will not wait for the world to come to us, class of 2021, because we're going out into the world asking and working for what we want. Especially today with the internet and social media, and all the knowledge and reach around the world that it gives us, we have the chance to do more than just like each other's posts. We can do something with our lives that is unprecedented. Yes, I use the word unprecedented, even though if you're like me, you never want to hear that word again after the unprecedented time that we're in. But we could be the unprecedented. We are the class who are going into university, college, and the workforce, wanting more for ourselves than we were given during the pandemic. We are 1.5 years of untapped potential, ready to be unleashed upon the world. We are the class who can use the pandemic as an excuse for our lack of action or as a catalyst to propel us to new heights that no one expected us to reach. We have a limited amount of time on this earth, but an unlimited number of opportunities to better ourselves and the world around us. Every day is a new day full of new decisions, and every decision we make is going to affect our lives from here on out. We choose every day if we will take a step closer to our dreams or if we will hope they just miraculously fall into our laps. I say we need to choose our dreams and take our shot. I don't know where any of us will be in the future, but wherever we are, I hope that we are going to be living lives fully and passionately that fills us with joy and that makes up for our time on the sidelines during the pandemic. Our goals and dreams will change multiple times, I'm sure, but I hope that you all keep dreaming, working towards your goals, and once you reach your goals, remember that that isn't the end of the line either. We can set new ones. Our goal in life for the past few years was just to graduate high school and move on to bigger and better things. And along the way, we became friends who sweat together on sports teams and during calculus tests, sang together on stage, and navigated the halls of Superior Heights. And I mean literally navigated them because some people don't know how to walk on the right side of the hall. Now with Superior Heights behind us, we set new goals to live our lives fully and change the world positively. When I was trying to write this speech, I caught myself saying things like, "Man, high school went by fast." I don't want to be one of those people who meet people younger than them and tell them to enjoy the time they have in school before it's gone. But seriously, it went by so fast. I can remember so vividly standing in the cafeteria line, going to extracurriculars after school, and hanging out in the library every morning, and that was all already more than a year and a half ago. We have an excuse now for not realizing how fast time was going by because of the pandemic, but I've decided that I don't want to be at my university graduation complaining about how fast university went by, and I don't want to be 30 complaining about how fast my 20s went by. So let's live lives with no regrets and go after the things our heart wants. Let's take our shot over and over again. Let's take all the shots, including the COVID-19 vaccine. Thank you to the committee and the graduating class for selecting and voting for me as your valedictorian. I am so flattered to represent you and honored that the majority of you thought that I was someone worthy of your time. Thank you, fellow graduates, for all the laughs, memories, and lessons learned. And thank you, parents and teachers, for sharing your wisdom and kindness with us. Parents, guardians, grandparents, teachers, and administrators, you have gone through more of this thing called life, and you've helped us get through our first 18 years of it. Now it's our turn to rise up off our couches, go out and live our lives, and hopefully one day our high school friends and teachers will be proud to say that they once knew us. But above all, hopefully one day we'll be able to look back on our lives and not say that it went by too fast and wish we did more, but say that our lives were lived fully and without regret. We will not wait for the world to come to us. We will go out and happen to the world. I hope you will join me in pledging that the only thing we will throw today is our graduation cap, and we will not throw away our shot. Thank you.
Thank you very much to our valedictorian, Ms. Audrey Bear. Now we will present the Superior Heights graduating class of 2021. Mr. Jeff Giovanetti and Mrs. Nicole Patacchio will now continue with the presentation of our special awards.
Good evening, everybody. First award we have for this evening is the Tenera Scholarship, granted to students proceeding to post-secondary studies who have demonstrated high academic standing, excellent attendance, and leadership in the school and community. This year's recipient is Braden Hong. Next, we have Algoma District School Board Indigenous Achievement Award, presented to an Indigenous student who demonstrates leadership in the school and community and has shown improvement throughout their secondary career and exhibits knowledge and pride of their culture. This year's recipients are Ashley Drinkwater and Candace Drinkwater. Next, we have Algoma District School Board Indigenous Education Character Award, awarded to a graduate proceeding to post-secondary studies who is of Indigenous culture and who demonstrates good character and kindness. This year's recipient, Alexandra Joannis. Next up, we have ADSB Indigenous Education Law Award, awarded to a female Indigenous student pursuing a post-secondary education in law. This year's recipient is Dominique Camara. Next, we have the Gail Kattensbach Moving Mountains Scholarship, awarded to a student who demonstrates resilience and perseverance in the face of adversity. This award recognizes a student who models and the attributes of acceptance, tolerance, and a compassionate heart. This year's recipient, Riley Busnell. Next, we have the Brookfield Renewable Power Great Lakes Power Award, presented to students planning to pursue post-secondary studies at the apprenticeship, college, or university level who have achieved good standing and deserve recognition for their perseverance and dedication. This year's recipients are Ryan Klooster and Ladrina Newberry. Sue Mill Award, presented to a student demonstrating excellence in technical education. This year's recipient, Emma Bowen. Trio Auto Supply Award, presented to a student who has excelled in senior level transportation. This year's recipient, Thomas Spina. Next, we have the G. Birdie Lodges Princess Marie Jose Order of Sons of Italy of Canada Award, recognizes students who have attained academic achievement and demonstrated leadership qualities and community values. This year's recipients are Emily Hugel and Evan Johnson. Club Calabrese of Sault Ste. Marie Award, awarded to a graduating student demonstrating outstanding contributions to his or her school through extracurricular activities and who demonstrates a strong work ethic. This year's recipients are Jillian Ferguson and Julian Wilson. Next, Sergeant John Wayne Fott Bursary, presented to a graduating football player who is respected by his peers for his selfless and caring heart. This year's recipient, Ezra Peterson. Superior Heights On-Stage Awards of Excellence in Musical Theater, presented to a student who has demonstrated talent, leadership, and determined work ethic in theater. This year's recipient, Avery McMillan. Next, we have the Rotary North Service Above Self Award, awarded to a student who has made exemplary contributions to school and community life and who warrants the acclaim of staff and students. This year's recipient, Evan Johnson. Next, we have the Rotary Graduation Award, presented to a student who has demonstrated the Rotarian values of service, truth, fairness, goodwill, and peace. This year's recipients are Nevin Keating, Jack McPhee, Jamie Nari, and Ava Zachary. Congratulations. Now we are going to turn it over to Mr. Giovanni, who will continue with the awards.
Thanks, Ms. Patacchio. And now our next award is the Constable Don Doucette Memorial Scholarship. This award is presented annually to a student who demonstrates commendable academic and athletic achievements, is actively involved in school and community, and will be enrolling in Law and Security or Police Foundations program at a Canadian post-secondary institution. It is presented in memory of Constable Don Doucette, who died in the line of duty in May of 2006. And this year's recipient is Hannah Booth. Our next award is the Sault Ste. Marie Zonta Foundation Award, presented to a female student proceeding to a program in science or technology who has made significant contributions to the community and school life. This year's recipient is Paige Beckville. Our next award is the McKenna Case Memorial Award. This bursary is presented to a graduating student attending college or university in a program that focuses on mental health, well-being, and/or addictions. The bursary is dedicated from the Case family, who wishes to shed light on the ever-growing problem in society regarding addictions and mental health in our community. This year, the family wishes to award Liam Cranston, Rebecca Wellwood, and Callie Weiss as recipients. Congratulations. The next award is the George Stone and Sons Scholarship. This award is presented to a student who is proceeding to post-secondary studies in the trades, math, or science. And this year's winner is Alicia Hunter. Next up is the Kiwanis of Lakeshore Award. This award is presented to a student who is involved in community volunteerism and demonstrates respect, teamwork, and leadership. Congratulations goes to TLA. The next award is the OSSTF Award for Student Leadership. It is awarded to a student for outstanding leadership and continued service to the school community at Superior Heights. This year's recipient is Audrey Baer. Our next award is the Centre Francophone du Sault Ste. Marie Award. It is presented to a student who has completed a total of 4 years in French immersion with the highest average in their courses in French in their graduating year. Once again, congratulations goes to Audrey Baer. The Visual Arts Award is our next award. It is presented annually to a graduating student who demonstrated talent and dedication in visual arts. Congratulations goes to Sophia Murray. Our next award is the Ralph Smythe Derby Scholarship. It is awarded to an Algoma District School Board graduate who has demonstrated excellence in academic achievement and has been accepted into an education program in post-secondary university. This year's recipient is Evan Johnson. Next is the United Way Robert Wilding Bursary. This award is presented by way of the United Way of Sault Ste. Marie and Algoma to recognize a graduating student who is enrolled in a post-secondary program at Sault College who demonstrates financial need and has significant volunteer involvement in their community. Congratulations goes to being the recipient of this award. The next award is the Leslie Arthur Green Memorial Award. It is awarded to a graduating student entering post-secondary education to pursue a career in education. Congratulations goes to Connor Lang Kang and Gavin Shackleton. Our next award is the Schuyler Kathleen Memorial Scholarship. It is awarded to a student who has demonstrated perseverance and has overcome challenges. This year, we'd like to recognize Destiny Duclos. Congratulations, Destiny. Our next award is the Mary Hart Award. It is presented to a female student who has demonstrated a balance of academic success and athletic achievement. This year's recipient is Carly Kovacko. The next award is the Alfred Askin Memorial Scholarship. It is awarded to a student proceeding to a university or college program in engineering or computer science who has demonstrated outstanding academic performance. This year's recipient is Evan Baldwin. Our next award is the Soaring Steelhawks Staff Award, and it's awarded for contributions which deserve to be recognized within the school. This year's recipients are Angus Taylor, Morgan Turner, Elizabeth Elkins, Keon Shaffey, Rachel Reed, Catherine Arturzo Hadley, Joey Golf, Lauren Halpro, Carson Barnes, Devin Bowes, Scott Blanchard, Hannah Martin, Brooklyn Ralph, Ross Musso, Jesse Eaton, and Cassidy Shannon. Congratulations to all the award winners. Our next award is the Superior Heights Award for Perseverance. It's presented to a student who has overcome challenges and will be attending post-secondary studies at the university or college level. And this year's recipient is Muriel Kwan. Next up is the Humanitarian Award. It's awarded to a student who has shown a strong interest in helping others through volunteer involvement in the community and also school activities. This year's winners are Paige Bowles and Kendra Fabero. Our next award is the Superior Heights Citizenship Award. It is awarded to a student who has demonstrated good citizenship both in the school and in the community. Congratulations goes to Hannah Ross. Our next award is the Lieutenant Governor's Community Volunteer Award for students, which recognizes the student who has done exemplary volunteer work. Congratulations goes to Ethan Jones. Next up is the Harold Crowder Award of Excellence. It is awarded to a student who has demonstrated outstanding achievement in math and science. Congratulations to Jacob Birch. The next award is the Governor General's Medallion. It is presented to a student who has maintained the highest overall standing for the last 2 years of secondary school. This year's recipient is Jacob Birch. Our next award is the Vice Principal's Trophy. It is awarded to a student who has demonstrated commitment, effort, and a positive attitude at school. This year, we'd like to recognize Dominic Camara and Trinity Stewart. The next award is the Principal's Award for Student Leadership. It is presented to a student in recognition of continuous leadership and involvement in a variety of activities. This year, we'd like to recognize Audrey There. The Superior Heights Valedictorian Award and Trophy. It is awarded to a student who best represents their graduating class. This year, we'd like to congratulate and recognize Audrey Bear for being selected by her peers. And our next award is the Superior Heights Award of Excellence. It is awarded to a student who has outstanding academic achievements, has made exemplary contributions to student life at Superior Heights, and is proceeding to post-secondary studies. This year's recipient is Taryn Greco. At this time, we'd like to recognize our male and female graduating athletes who have contributed significantly to extracurricular here at Superior Heights. This year's recipients are Taryn Greco and Evan Johnson. Next, we will move on to the subject-specific awards. These awards recognize students who have demonstrated academic excellence and commitment within their subject area. And congratulations to all those subject award winners. Now I would like to turn the mic over to Ms. Ibora for closing remarks.
Well, this concludes the virtual graduation for our 2021 Soaring Steelhawks. Before we close this evening's virtual ceremony, I'd like to take this last opportunity to say, on behalf of the entire faculty, staff, and administration here at Superior Heights, congratulations and félicitations.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message. Be strong.
Hi, I'm Miss Buchuk.
And I'm Mrs. Wooten, and welcome to a very special graduation edition of Hawk Talk News.
We loved your version of Hawk Talk so much, we decided to do our own teacher version.
So let's start off by sending it to Mrs. Mason, our wonderful weather woman.
Thanks, ladies. I'm Miss Mason, your weather lady for today. The year might have started off a little gloomy and rainy, but you know what? I see some sunny skies in your future. We have sun with a little bit of cloud, 20 degrees. Nighttime is going down to 9. 20% chance of precipitation. Wait, what do I see in the horizon? Is it the future for the 2021 grads from Superior Heights? Let's take a look. A little heavier than I thought. We have some independence, some love, fun, happiness, dreams, vacations, money, friends, family, lots of change and hard work, reaching those goals, getting a career. All of this is going to add up to 100% success for each and every one of you. So good luck in the future, grads. Now back to you, Miss Wooten and Miss Puchuk.
Thanks, Miss Mason, for that wonderful forecast.
You know what, Woots?
What's you?
Our graduates' future is so bright.
We've got to wear shades. Now let's go to Miss Ryder for our trivia.
You mean our boomer version of Hollywood Squares.
Okay, welcome Steelhawk staff to our Hawk Talk Trivia Challenge. Today we have 3 contestants in. First off, we've got Mr. Brown. Our second contestant is Miss Dvorak. And our third contestant today is Mr. Achetti. Are you guys ready? All right, our category today is graduation. Okay, question number 1. Today we print our graduation diplomas on paper. Way back when, the very first graduation diplomas were written on this material. Mr. Brown, what's your answer? Stone tablets. Okay. Ms. Dvorak, what is your answer? Toilet paper. And Mr. Achetti? Okay. Oh, there we go. We've got sheepskin from Mr. Achetti.
There you go.
Mr. Achetti, you have the correct answer. Okay, let's move on to question number 2. This popular tradition at graduation ceremonies across the world is surprisingly dangerous. In fact, many people have been hospitalized over the years. What is this tradition? Let's start with Ms. Dvorak this time. Walking across the stage and tripping. Oh no. Okay, Mr. Achetti. Tossing grad hats. Good answer. And Mr. Brown? Walking across open water on a tightrope. Mr. Accetti, you are correct again. Okay, let's move on to our third and final question. What is the correct name for students who have left their school and moved on to the next stage of their life? Let's start with Mr. Brown. Prepubescent adults. Good answer, Ms. Dvorak. Graduhawk. Good one, Ms. Dvorak. Nice answer. And Mr. Accetti? Alumni. Well, Mr. Accetti, that's the third correct answer for you today. You are the winner of the Hawk Talk Trivia Challenge. Congratulations.
Booten, I'm stressed.
Why, Phew?
I didn't know any of those answers.
Well, I have a solution to that. Let's do a teacher edition of Hawk Talk Yoga.
Hello grads, Madame Ivora here. Welcome to another episode of Hawk Talk Yoga. The staff have been working hard to perfect their yoga poses to help you stay calm through this very stressful time of graduation. Congratulations and namaste.
Some impressive staff.
We sure do. But I'm still feeling a little stressed. Did you want to do one more pose with me?
I sure do. I have the perfect one for both of us.
Oh boy. The things you get me into.
Let's try it.
Let's go to the kitchen with Mr. Zachary.
Hey Superior Heights grads, it's Mr. Zachary here. Just wanting to wish everybody a congratulations. And we can't end the year unless we show you all how to make the famous energy bites. Ava and I are gonna put everything together. Okay, so to make the energy bites, we're gonna start out with 3 cups of oatmeal. So Ava's gonna put the oatmeal into a large stainless steel bowl. 1.5 cups of coconut, and we're gonna use the unsweetened coconut since we're using peanut butter and honey. The next will be the 1 cup of peanut butter. Perfect. 1 cup of the chocolate chips. We're using a milk chocolate chip. Semi-sweet is fine also. 3/4 cups of honey. And you're just placing everything into the bowl. You can mix it all up, all on top, getting all the honey out. And then the last thing will be the 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Once it's all into the bowl, we'll mix it well. And we're going to put it into the fridge and we're going to chill it for approximately 30 minutes. And then we'll be rolling it into 1.5 inch balls. And then after they're rolled, you can put them in the fridge also. And then you'll have that great memory for the rest of your lives. Congratulations, graduates. Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Zachary. These are more my style than that yoga stuff.
Man, I miss these.
Me too. Grads, don't lose that recipe. Now let's go to Miss Bingham for a special Hawk Talk Art.
Hi grads! Because you were so amazing, you deserve a handmade grad cap, and I'm going to show you how to make one.
Thanks, Miss Bingham. These are awesome, and they were so easy to make.
Well, and how come our grad caps are white?
Well, I only had white paper, and black paper was not essential.
That's acceptable. This is actually better than my original grad cap.
Wait, you graduated?
The verdict is still out on that.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for tuning in to our teacher attempt at Hawk Talk News.
That was easy.
We wish you the best of luck. We hope you have a great, safe summer, and please come back and visit us sometime.
If you're allowed.
Congratulations, Steelhawks. You have graduated. Namaste.
Well, grads, we did it. 4 years of hard work to get where you are now. I realize this isn't exactly how you pictured it ending. And on behalf of the student body, I would like to say I'm sorry that it had to be this way. Hopefully you're surrounded by friends and or loved ones while watching this. And I'm sure you all know how proud everybody is of you. You're a graduate, that's it. You guys passed this milestone and will be heading on to greater things. And although this final year has been tough, don't look at the negatives. You've pushed and persevered through it all. It's all positive. Plus, don't forget the times before the mask and all those EDSB messages. See, I can see you smiling. You know what I'm talking about. Remember that awkward grade 9 kid you once were? Now look, a young adult. I'm proud of you, Steelhawks. After seeing what you guys did this year, sky's the limit. So the question is, how high can you take it?
We'll gather round, children, separate lesson.
Can we get much higher? So high. Can we get much higher? So high. Can we get much higher? So
Before I go, I would like to finish on a quote. My final words as a Steelhawk. Quit, don't quit. Noodles, don't noodles. You're too concerned with what was and what will be. There's an old saying, yesterday was history, tomorrow's a mystery, but today is a gift. That is why it is called the present. Stay safe, Steelhawks.
And I know that I don't talk a lot, but I know that you don't care a lot. As long as we move our bodies around a lot, we'll forget that we forgot how to talk. When we're dead.